Hello Libra, Elsie here to do your monthly reading. It is for June 2025. We are poking our nose into June to see what's been going on or what's going to be going on for you in the future. So I've got 3 decks here. We're looking at love, career, and finances this month. Find out what's going on here. And if you are here and you are brand new, welcome. I hope that you will stay. There is a subscription button down in the bottom right-hand corner should you decide that you want to stay and hang out with this beautiful Libra tribe. You guys, the air signs are getting your readings first in the month of for the month of June because we are in Gemini season, and so I always do the air signs, the fire signs. I always do them all together. So Libra, if you are the person who is the ride or die, thanks so much for hanging out with me here. Thanks for coming back. I appreciate you. Let's find out what's going on for you. June 2025. Tell me about love for Libra. Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter. We have tolerance. It says you appreciate other points of view because you sense the love in everyone. So I feel like people in the month of June are going to be giving you unsolicited advice about your love life. I feel like you're going to be tolerating these people. It says that you appreciate their points of view because you sense that they're doing it in a loving way. But I feel like you will be receiving some unsolicited points of view about whatever you're doing in your love life, whether you're in a relationship or whether something new might be coming around. Maybe you're looking for someone new. Tell me about career. Career for Libra, please, in June 2025. We've got playing it safe. Oh, very interesting. So maybe you've been hoping or wishing, maybe you've been wanting to find something new, do something new. It feels like you are having boundary issues, I want to say, around your career, that maybe things always look better on the other side of the fence. Do you know what I mean? Like I'm looking at there's a fence here. Like this person looks pretty comfortable. They have beautiful surroundings. They have flowers. They have abundance. It looks like this person is dressed well. This person has got jewelry on their ankles, in their hair. It feels like things are good on their side of the fence, but it does feel like it's a little bit of playing it safe. There are fireworks going on in the distance, and so I feel like you're trying to ignore that maybe you're sort of playing it safe, or maybe you're bored with your career at this time, and maybe it's time for you to do something to change it. We'll see what the tarot says. We're going to look at tarot after this. We're also going to look at this deck for your finances for the month of June. Tell me about June, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter 2025 here for Libra. Tell me about Libra for finances. We've got the voyage of the heart. Love flows through you and to you. I feel like your finances are very close to your heart this month, is what it feels like. The decisions that you'll be making, it says love flows through you. It almost feels like you're on a voyage of the heart as it pertains to your finances. So I'm going to say that you could be planning for a wedding, or you might be wanting to buy someone you love something, spoil someone. Love flows through you and to you. I want to say that, money is just energy, and when you throw it at the universe usually throws it back. So energy, if you buy someone something, if your love language is gift giving, possibly, maybe you're planning on making a purchase with your heart. Like it feels like you're doing it in love or through love for somebody here. It feels like, I don't think you can go wrong with that, but it feels like you're planning on spending some money on someone you love a lot. Yeah, we'll leave it at that until we get the tarot out on it. We'll find out what's going on. Let's look back here. We've got freedom. It says here, you are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. So I feel like you are being open with the people who you are tolerating here. It feels like there are, feels maybe that you are free right now, or that you have freedom. And maybe people are saying, like, when are you getting married? Like, those people in your life, they're like, first it's like, when are you going to start dating? And when you finally start dating, then it turns to, when are you getting married? And when you finally get married, then it's like, oh, when the first baby coming? Like there's always members of the family who are going to push you along. I feel like you're somebody right now who tolerates that. It feels like right now you're enjoying your freedom, or you have your freedom, and that you are you're trying to be free with yourself, and you don't want to have these perceived limitations that you're tolerating these people. These people are trying to tell you what to do with your love life. We do have intuition and manifestation as it pertains to playing it safe. And so it feels like you are supposed to use your intuition to figure out whether you want to stay where you are or it feels, I'm just going to say that sometimes the truth of the matter is you might feel like you're playing it safe, but sometimes it feels like the grass is always greener on the other side of the fence. Do you know what I mean? Use your intuition and figure out if you really are playing it safe. We'll look at more, we'll look at tarot to find out more about that. It says, in silence, peace prevails, solitude. I feel like you are making some sort of purchase that maybe you're not telling your family members about, or people who you see as Budinskis. I feel, it does feel like you are making some sort of decision in silence here. Let's talk about tarot. See what's going on for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus, and Jupiter for the month of June. Tell me about tolerance here. You appreciate their points of view, Libra, but it feels like you know that people around you are saying the things that they say because they love you and they want the best for you. And I think you're kind of tolerating it at this time. We've got the Six of Cups. It does feel like it is family. Family, close friends, people who love you a lot. It does feel like here. For playing it safe here, we have the King of Pentacles. You know why I think you're playing it safe with your career is because you're making probably a decent amount of money where you are. You might even be the boss. Maybe you're in management. Maybe you're somebody who calls the shots. But maybe you are completely feeling like you're not being challenged. It feels like you want to have more fun, or it feels like it's something that you're wondering, do I want to be on the other side of the fence? Because I'm kind of comfortable where I am. That's what it feels like here with the King of Pentacles. We do have the Nine of Wands. Love flows through you and to you. And when it comes to your finances, it's a voyage of the heart. So I feel like the Nine of Wands might play into that. The Nine of Wands is the wounded warrior. It's somebody who's resilient, but who has been through a lot. So it's like this person has sort of been forced into a place of resilience. I feel like for somebody here that you are giving to other people what you didn't get in your past. And I feel like one of those things is probably your love language might be gift giving. It feels like that you are doing it because of old thought patterns, I want to say, actions that were taken against you. It feels like this is the way that you show love to people. You show love to people by giving them financial things in order to make them feel loved. But I think that you do it because you would have wished that somebody did that for you, and you've never had someone do that for you. It feels like you're doing it out of wounded warrior energy. All right. Let's talk about the Six of Cups here and this tolerance, because I feel like it's family members, people who know you. Oh, you know what? I'm looking at these two children, and I almost feel like it could be for some of you an arranged marriage. Like it feels like somebody in the family, or there's two families that might be trying to arrange a marriage for you. And of course, that's cultural. So for those of you who are in that culture, it could be that. I'm sort of getting that from this, these two maybe have grown up together. Maybe they've been promised to each other, or maybe it's not promised to each other. Maybe two families are trying to encourage two people to get together. And that doesn't have to be cultural. That can be through any culture, right? Kids who grow up in the same block, parents who become friends and their kids grow up together. So it could be cultural for some of you. It doesn't have to be, but it does feel like that there is a family of people, soulmates, people who have known you since you were a child. And I feel like you're sort of tolerating their points of view, but I feel like you're wanting to do your own thing. Tell me about love in the month of June for Libra. We do have the Page of Swords. We have the Nine of Swords, and we have the Eight of Pentacles. Look, it does feel for some of you like this is something that two families are trying to arrange. It feels like with the Page of Swords, it feels like they're showing you pictures, or they're like, go look at their Facebook, go look at their socials. This person is beautiful. This person is handsome. This person is successful. It feels like they're looking at pictures, or they're looking at videos, or it feels like they're saying, can you please just go check out this profile? Maybe they're getting a matchmaker involved. Like it feels like the Page of Swords is here because of somebody who wants you to observe someone else at a distance, and it feels like it is a family member or family members, maybe multiple family members, who are trying to stick their nose into your love life. We do have the Nine of Swords. I think it worries you. I don't think you really want to have any part of it, honestly. We do have the Page of Swords, which holds a sword, and then we have the Nine of Swords. We have 10 of Swords here. I feel like you're just not ready to get into a relationship, to be honest. I feel like your focus is on work. I feel like your focus is on maybe school or work. It feels like your focus is trying to perfect something. Maybe you're trying to get like a bachelor degree or a master's degree. It feels like you're trying to get really, really good at something. Got 5 pentacles here, and we've got 1 under the foot, interesting, and 2 behind this person. So I feel like this person is, I want to say that you're very weighed down with your probably juggling a lot of things. You could be a person who goes to school and you work as well. I feel like you're trying to become perfect at something or perfect something. And so I feel like that the family is trying to get you to get married or get you into a relationship. And it doesn't have to be the arranged marriage scenario, but it does feel like the 6 of Cups tells me it's family. So people who have known you since you were a child, and it feels like they're trying to sort of put their 2 cents in. And I think that you're sort of in this energy of being stalled, or I don't really want to move on it. I'm trying to get a perspective on the workplace. It feels like you're trying to build your career, or maybe you're going to school and working, trying to find something or work on something that is going to be legacy, or working toward your legacy is what it feels like here. We do have career, and career is the King of Pentacles. So this sort of is giving me right now, as I'm looking at it, after I pulled these cards, I'm looking at it. It feels like somebody here is maybe following in their parents' footsteps. Maybe they feel, you feel that you should follow in your parents' footsteps. Like we have a lot of people, who have police officers in their family for generations, or EMTs, or firefighters, or musicians, or it feels like you're supposed to follow in the footsteps of somebody else. But it feels like you feel that that is possibly playing it safe. So whatever it is that you're doing in career, and it doesn't have to be that scenario, it could just be that you are in a job that pays a lot of money, that keeps you comfortable. Maybe you're the manager, you run the place, but it feels like the reason that you're staying there and playing it safe is because of monetary gain. It's not because it makes you excited, because I feel like you are trying to avoid looking over the fence because it seems a lot more exciting, but right, things sometimes can seem greener on the other side of the fence. Now, I don't know. On your side of the fence, it seems green. On the other side of the fence, it seems a little yellow. I'm just saying that it doesn't seem as green as where you are. Maybe that's why you are playing it safe, because of the King of Pentacles energy. Tell me more about this for Libra. We've got the Devil energy. We've got the Queen of Pentacles. Interesting. We've got the Four of Swords. So I really think that you are in a pause, trying to think this out. It feels like you're trying to get stability of the mind or make some sort of decision. The thing is I feel like whatever it is that you do for your career, it feels very repetitive, something that you do over and over and over again. It feels like something you don't really even have to think about. It feels like they drop a lot of money in your pockets or in your life, but it feels like it's something that is very repetitive. It feels like it's very, that maybe it's become like a place where there's a lot of codependency. Maybe you're the boss and a lot of people depend on you to give them the answers instead of thinking for themselves. Maybe that's something you really don't care for. But look, we have the King and the Queen of Pentacles. You could be in business with somebody. King and the Queen of Pentacles, Capricorn and Taurus make lots of financial wealth. And so it could be that maybe you're in a business, in a partnership, in a marriage that has a business. It could be something like that. And it feels like you feel you're playing it safe, but it is something that you find quite repetitive. But I feel like you're staying there because of financial gain. I don't think that that's changing much in the month of June. I feel like this is a realization you come to in the month of June. That maybe you're going to try and sort of back away from the fence or the boundaries that you've created a little bit, because the Four of Swords is telling me you're trying to heal the mind or get stability of your mindset about something. And I feel like the thing is that I feel like this is a really good place for you to be, whether it's your own business or working for someone else, because it's monetarily, it's working out great, but I think you're bored AF is what it feels like. Tell me about these finances here. We've got the Star, we've got the Five of Wands, and we've got the Well. So, the Well is very deep. It's a perspective. It feels like the Well is where everything that you wish for can come true. But we have the Five of Wands energy as well. And the Five of Wands energy is a lot of competition. It is holding back, feeling like you're in indecision. It does feel a little bit like you've got everything that you've hoped for in terms of your finances. And it also feels like that you've hoped for all of this, but it feels like somebody here is buying things and giving it in love because I feel like there's competition. Now, I feel like this is something that's connected to the Nine of Wands energy. It feels like from the past, because this person in the Nine of Wands is looking into the past. It feels like in the past, maybe you didn't feel like you were enough. And it does feel like that you're trying to circumvent competition by overgiving or giving gifts in love so someone will stay, so someone will feel loved, because maybe that's the only way you know how to feel love. I know that that's pretty deep. I know that that is very personal, but that's the way it feels to me. The Star is here, which is hopeful. The Five of Wands is competition. It's also indecision. And the Well is very deep. It's also the things that I wish for. So it feels like you wish that somebody would have done this for you, and that's why you're doing it for somebody else, is what it feels like. It's people that you love. You don't even have to be in a relationship here. It's people that you love with the Ace of Cups. So it could be children, it could be a spouse, it could be parents, it could be, but it feels like it's what you do to feel healed because no one ever did it for you. So I feel like your finances for the month of June are everything that you're going to wish them to be because the Well is here. But I also feel that it's like it comes in one hand and goes out the other, because I feel like you're trying to heal your wounds or your Nine of Wands energy, your wounded warrior energy, by gift giving is what it feels like. All right, the advice for the month here, I'm going to put down 3 cards. Tell me what the advice for the month is here for Libra. You might be doing this to stay in balance, I'm just saying. We've got Justice. So as I said, that Justice came out. We've got the Page of Pentacles in the reverse, and we have the Knight of Pentacles. So it feels like you are, your advice for the month is to stay in balance. I feel like that you are supposed to reevaluate, look over, really sort of look into the analytics of why. I'm going to say the Knight of Pentacles is telling me that you're making very slow decisions or moving very slowly towards some sort of a goal. It feels like you don't really want to do it, or you're doing it grudgingly. I feel like your advice for the month is to, no matter what, is to keep your balance. I feel like this Justice energy is here for a reason. It's like keeping things in balance is necessary. The Page of Pentacles in the reverse for me is I'm not putting a whole lot of energy into this Knight of Pentacles, which is moving really slow. So I want to say that you're supposed to think things over. This really does seem like a month of you being very thoughtful, thinking about why it is that you spend a lot of money on giving extravagant gifts, like, because you're, the voyage of the heart, right? It feels like you give extravagant gifts. It feels like you're supposed to really look deep or dig deep into the well to find out why you do this. And to me, it feels like you're trying to heal something from your past. It feels like that there is that this energy here, it feels like you are somebody who maybe you don't necessarily hate what you do, but it feels like you are sort of putting less and less energy into it because of the Page of Pentacles being here. And then we have the Justice here. I feel like you're finally going to tell the family members. Your advice for that is to finally tell the family members, look, I'm just going to do what I'm going to do. I'm going to make my own decisions. Whatever you say isn't going to influence me. I'm sort of focused on my career, focused on getting my bachelor, my master's, my doctorate, whatever it is. It feels like you're way more focused on building your career or your life, and you're not really focused on love at this time. And you've got people in your life who are like, look at this one, look at that one, look at the picture of this one, look at the picture of that one. It's like they want you to get married, they want you to get into a relationship, but you're just really focused on your whatever it is that you've been working on. It could be working on yourself. It doesn't even have to be a job. I'm going to leave that right here. Thank you so much for coming here and watching. I do appreciate you. Thanks, Libra, for being here. I'm going to be back because I'm always back, and I'll be back with your weeklies as well. You take care of yourself, Libra. See you soon. Bye-bye.